turning a new Leaf update call with LeafIt. We got a whole bunch of people right now. We're just shy of 200 people on the call, and there are several logging in. So as people get comfortable, pull up a chair, grab some popcorn, grab some pen and paper. There's going to be a lot of information. We have a whole bunch of guest speakers tonight. A whole suite of people that's going to be sharing some information, some exciting information. So get comfortable, turn off the cell phone, put it on airplane mode, stop any multitasking. Tonight is probably going to be one of the most important calls for Leaf in a long time, and going to share with some information about the IT. So as people coming in, why don't we get some shout-outs where everyone's from? I know we got people from the UK, Australia on the call, so if you want to go ahead in there, if this is your first time attending one of our webinars, you'll notice on the right-hand side of the screen there's a control box. At the bottom of that control box is a little chat area where it says type message here. You can go ahead and type your questions in there. Right now, why don't you just type out where you're from, city and state, and as people get logged in there, thanks. Idaho's in the house. British Columbia, Pennsylvania, Baltimore, Maryland, Coeur d'Alene. Well, I imagine there's a few people from Coeur d'Alene, Massachusetts. Okay, we're just shy of a few 200. Mike, are you out there?
Mike Green is present. Mike Lucas, how you doing tonight?
Great. We got Frank from Virginia, Washington, D.C., Akron, Ohio from Lauren, Dave from Salt Lake City, Utah, Nashville, the All the Way group is in the house. Shelley from Florida, the Sunshine State. And there's our UK, British Columbia, Scotland, Battle Creek, Dr. Jesse. Okay, folks, if you got some team members, tonight is the call to get them on. I told you to turn off Skype. I told you to turn off Facebook, I suggested. Well, make sure they're in the house. They don't want to miss tonight. Right, Mike?
That is correct. I'll tell you guys, you've got probably another minute or two. Lawrence just got situated, so we're going to give another minute or two. We'll give you that to make a quick phone call or a quick text to people that you know that need to be on this call. This, again, as Mike was saying, this is probably the biggest announcement we've got.
This is the call.
The call. This is the call. I do believe we are recording tonight, thanks to Anna. Where's Anna from, Mike?
She's from the UK, and it's 3 o'clock in the morning, and she's been here every webinar recording for us. Now there's dedication.
That is amazing. There's a shout out to Anna. Thank you for doing this, Anna. That's great. I was going to try and double team it in Camtasia and record all at the same time, and I was told I'd crash my computer if I tried to do that. So
Troutville,
Anna,
Virginia,
very much for being here.
Alaska is in the house. Thousand Oaks, Arizona, Jim from Georgia, or Jim, Georgia. Panama, Frodo.
Oh, I've got Steve on the call that says he can't hear anything. Steve, if you can't hear anything, I can't tell you to turn your speaker up, can I?
No, I can. Now I can
there's
hear.
Steve. Okay,
Hey, everyone.
Hey, guys, as organizers, organizers, if you lose connection, the webinar will end. So be careful, please. Don't close out nothing. Word to the staff. Don't touch that button. Josephine from Australia, Reggie from Virginia, Jean from Nebraska, Deb from Wisconsin. Okay, Mike, we got, we blew by the 200. Folks, if you got about 30 seconds left to get your team members in here, your downline, your southline, your friends, anyone you know in Leaf, this is the call they need to be on. This is the one call they need to be on. James Wang from Australia. Hawaii. Now there's a place I want to be.
Is that Joe and Ruby? They went on vacation for 3 weeks over in
this
Hawaii.
is Eugene. Eugene from Hawaii. Oh man, sunshine, warm. Sunshine, warm.
You don't know what they do over there, Mike.
Anything above single digits, I'd be happy right now.
Mike, I heard it was 50 degrees up in Alaska today. 51 degrees. Talked to a guy up there.
Well, we had close to 51, except a negative in front of it with wind chills last night. So, Hawaii, Seattle, Washington, go Hawks, DD. Well, Mike, you ready? We got 7 after. Give it one more minute. We're at.
I say we're ready to go. I can jump in here for a little bit. I'm sure Lawrence will chime in. Hopefully, he's got himself situated.
Daniel is -7. He must be from around me.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I just did see that Lawrence is still a panelist offline, so maybe we should stall for just another minute or two.
I got Lawrence as a panelist online.
Oh, okay. Well, you've got the
green.
Skills.
He's just on a phone and he's green.
Okay.
Does it say offline on your side?
On my side, yeah, it says panelist offline. But you're right. The phone is green, which would imply that he's in.
Okay.
222 online tonight, you guys. 222. That's huge.
-7 now for Daniel. He's
hey, can we do a shout out? Make sure that everybody can see my computer screen, Mike. I know I turned it on, but I just want to make sure. Let's do a little audio.
Hey guys, can we do an audio video check? Can you see Mike's startup page for the PowerPoint? Yep, all good to go. Okay, folks, awesome. We broke 220. So Mike,
26.
Here we go. Let's start the call. So,
all right.
Okay, guys, here we go.
Mike, Lawrence here. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Loud and clear, Lawrence. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, admins, panelists, we got a whole bunch of you. Time to mute yourself and control your own microphone, please. Control your own microphone. So, guys, we got a huge call tonight. Mike, start the show.
Thank you very much, Mike Lucas. This is Mike Green, you guys, Spokane, Washington. I will tell you that I don't know if I've ever been as excited as I am right now about what we're going to announce tonight. I will tell you, keep an open mind. When you start getting a little bit fuzzy and don't think you understand this, we're going to loop back through and make sure you do. We've got a Q&A box up. We've got Steve Hyman's on the line with us tonight. So is Mike Lucas to answer questions. I'll jump in there and answer questions as well. Lawrence is here with us. He's going to be here for the whole entire call. He's got a lot of information to share with you. I'm going to turn this over at the beginning to him, but I've got quite a few of these panelists that I want to put on the line for a short period and let them give you their take. I will tell you that this was explained back to me after I presented it. I believe it was yesterday. I was part of the text message that came back up, and the terminology was used was not a comp plan change, but a lucrative offer being made to the existing distributor base. When I say existing, I mean if you're in this program right now, that's the only reason you'd be on this call probably, is that you're part of our group. You're an associate with Leafit. You're going to get a heck of an offer tonight, and I'm going to go through that point by point. But I want to start by bringing our new CEO on board, co-founder, CEO of Leafit, Lawrence Sowell. I know you chimed in there, so I know you're with us, Lawrence. But I'm going to let him start this off. He's got some good news, he's got some better news, and he's got some great news. So, Lawrence, you want to take it from here?
I got it, Mike. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
All right. I just want to do a sound check, make sure everybody's hearing us. Somebody just say yes in the chat box, and we'll get going here.
Hey, guys, this is Mike. We got a couple people tonight to the crowd out there. We got a couple people. I just want to give some technology hints here to. We have our lead co-founder, Steve, here is answering questions. Steve, there's going to be a ton of questions. Just click on the trash can in there once you answer their questions so you can stay up with it, because we got a lot of people tonight. So I just wanted to give you that little hint. I see you out there already helping people. So those answering questions, once you answer the question, just click on the little delete so you can stay up with the questions. Okay, Lawrence. Awesome.
Hey, Mike, before we get started, this is Mike Green again. I don't have access to the questions. I've got access to chat, but I don't have access to the question panel. Will there be
I was told you wouldn't be answering questions that the others would, but I can give it to you, sir.
Yeah, throw it in there if you could, because I know when Lawrence is...
If you lose connection, the webinar dies. Lawrence is not going to answer questions. He has an unstable web connection, he said. He was a little worried about that, so... That's all.
My phone's working good, and everything's working good on the computer so far. All right, well, let's kick this off. I just want to thank everybody for making it to this call. We have a lot to go over tonight, so this may go a little bit late. And for the first time in history, and you guys might want to mark this on your calendar, on January 23rd, 2014, everybody's going to get a visual of the new product, social network, and IT app that is in development, and is going to have a full disclosure on where we're going with this product and what this product is going to do and how it's going to change the face of social networking as we go into the future. Now, I just want to start off with some really good news. We were approved for our merchant accounts. For a few of them, actually, we had 3 approvals come in today. It's kind of ironic. We've been waiting a long time, and then we got 3 approvals in one day. So we got to pick the merchant that we wanted to go through and their go-to. And that merchant also works with Amazon and is very versed in point-of-sale systems, and is going to be very lucrative for us as we move into the future with this product. So we can't be more excited about that. We should have the new merchant coming in first thing next week. Some more news, we're going to be bringing a new e-wallet on. It's going to be able to handle larger scale and larger growth. They're called NX Pay. That e-wallet is going to be entering here in the next 7 to 10 days as well. We're going to keep iPay out there until that one's settled, but the Matrix and the credit card processing will be going through the new e-wallet that's going to be introduced. Among other news, we've been bringing on some very, very large builders. Von Tarver, our new master distributor, has been hard at work. We've been doing lots of calls, and we're talking to people that are talking some very, very, very large numbers and are really, really, really excited about the focus in our marketing and the way that is going to change and the new focus that this company is going to move into. The presentation that everybody's used to that took 45 minutes, it's now going to take 5 minutes, unless, of course, Michael Green's given the presentation, then it's going to take at least 15. So without further ado, what I'm going to explain to you now is the changes that are being made and the offer that is going to be given to the existing distributor base we are now calling the Elite Distributor within LeafIt Incorporated. So in the previous couple of weeks, we've had lots of information come to us, both from distributors, whether they're existing, whether they're new distributors coming on board, and some counsel as well. And what we've been receiving a lot of reports on, and the decision that we're having to make here is that we do not feel comfortable with RevShare with its current model and its current form. We've been receiving reports, and the research that we've done and the fact checking we've done on the internet with other companies that have been taken down to have a RevShare model points out one fact, that if you have a model where somebody can buy a product or buy anything or put money in, and they can grow that value or compound it, as they like to say, and then receive a percentage based on that, then that is considered an investment. The government does not care how you dress it up, what you make it look like. At the end of the day, that's how they see it. And if we continue with that, we're setting ourselves up to be shut down. We cannot do that. The product that we're developing is too valuable. The distributors, you guys, have put too much into this to lose it all. So therefore, what we're going to show you today is how we're going to keep RevShare alive and how it's going to be more lucrative than what we currently have for the elite existing distributor base that we have here today. So without further ado, what I would like to do is I'm going to bring Michael Green in here. We put a PowerPoint together. Michael Green is going to walk you through this offer, and everybody that's on this call, or everybody that signs up by midnight tonight and has bought something or sold something within LeafIt is going to partake as an elite founder with LeafIt Incorporated. And Mike Green, are you there?
I am, Lawrence. Thank you very much. And I want to preface this. Lawrence, you got me, yes? Yes. I know you guys can hear me. I can see my microphone on. All right, I want to preface this, you guys, by saying that hats off to Steve Hyman. He's got something he wants to say here in a little bit. Lawrence Sowell, I will tell you, I've been close to the top of this organization for quite a while now. I work with Lawrence and Steve on a daily basis. I'm not a founder of the company, but it makes my palms sweat when I read the articles of all of the changes within our industry, especially as it relates to RevShare. There's a lot of things that have come out in the last 3 to 6 months that would make a person nervous if they were the owner of a business model like this. All I can tell you is what a lot of companies have done is they run into the notion that, hey, this could end up getting very, very ugly for an owner. And they've literally left the country. They've just shut programs down and walk away with everybody's money. So I'm taking my hat off to Lawrence and Steve for hanging in there, putting together this lucrative offer to every single one of us that's in this program right now. Hats off to them. And I will tell you that I'm really proud that these guys are making this offer to us. Now I kind of got ahead of myself here. We've actually got Von Tarver on board, and so instead of me elaborating on what we might be talking about compliance-wise and with RevShare, I know Von has had some most recent experience, but if we could get Vaughn maybe to unmute himself and maybe just say a few words, Vaughn, about what you know about regulators and the direction that they're taking towards these rev share programs. Vaughn, are you with us?
I am, Mike. Am I coming through loud and clear?
Loud and clear. You sound great.
Okay, great. Well, first of all, I would like to say how honored and privileged I feel to be here with everybody about to hear what they're about to hear. They're going to truly be excited, probably a few sleepless nights for everyone. What it really amounts to from a regulatory issue and from the government agencies, we as a company, and I say we, everybody that's on this line tonight is affected by this, we're looking to do something very special in this industry, which you'll hear towards the end of the call with Lawrence, with this unbelievable product that we're about to bring to the world. All of us are a part of that. We don't want anything to get in the way of this. We've had many reports. We've had different people from different backgrounds look at it and say this is probably going to be one of the most powerful things that has ever been seen in this industry. And we believe that. And we've been working on it for several months. With the government issues like they are, there is no reason to put this company in harm's way. And so they had to make a tough decision, and they figured out a really, really good way to actually make it better for the elite distributors. And that's what I'm interested in, because together we're going to make a big name with what we've got coming. And so with that said, we do not want to cross the borders of the agencies. We're in compliance as it sits right now. It goes any further, it's suspect. And we're not the kind of guys that want to operate in the gray area. It's either good or it's not. And that's why we've made the decisions for the betterment of all of us, so that we can be around 10 years, 20 years from now. That's what we're trying to do. With that, I'll turn it back to you, Mike.
Thank you very much, Vaughn. I appreciate the input, and the kind of information we hear from you and others and regulators or people that are close to regulators, compliance, legal counsel, everybody else, all singing from the same page. Anybody in a rev share program, 2014 could be a really ugly year for you. We don't want to go down that path. As you said, Vaughn, there's absolutely no reason. We have a beautiful product coming to market. We have an ingenious concept of rolling this thing forward. We don't need to be, as you put it, I agree, in harm's way. So here's the offer from Stephen and Lawrence. What we're going to do is establish what's called a personal sales volume value for every single associate that has either purchased advertising or sold advertising. Okay, personal sales volume. Your personal sales volume will consist of your current associate value that you have on the books through today. So 12 o'clock Eastern tonight, your associate value is going to be part of your personal sales volume. Now, we're going to add in with that all advertising sales through your qualifying levels. If you're an associate, that means all advertising sales through your first two levels. That's people you sponsored and the people right below them. Okay? The sales that they have plus your associate value, whatever level is grown to, doesn't matter what you're qualified to, it's what it has grown to. That becomes your PSV, your personal sales volume. If you're a manager, it's 3 levels deep. Senior manager, 5 levels deep, and so on. Every single person that is in this every single person on this call that is in this program, and I'm assuming all of you are, you will have a PSV at the end of the night. And again, it will consist of your current associate value and all of your advertising sales through whatever level it is you qualify for. Again, associate manager, senior executive, senior executive. Now, as soon as we close business today, those ranks, they're gone. They have absolutely no value down the road. We're moving away from that whole entire concept, okay? But this is what's going to allow us to establish that personal sales volume for every single one of you. Your associate value plus your advertising sales through that qualified level. Now, the following leaflet sales will be divided between the elite founders based on their personal PSV as it relates to the overall PSV for all qualified elite founders. So prorated, if you will, for those of you that love that term, prorated against what everybody else's personal sales volume is. Now, the exciting part here is this is something that Steve and Lawrence didn't have to do. If we're moving away from rev share, they could have run away from it. They didn't. They could have run away from this whole entire business model. They didn't. They're here to stand tall, stand firm, and say, no, we've got a viable product. We've got the IT app on its way. We've got a social network on its way. We're not letting go of this. We have the ability to be very, very powerful. So what they're going to do is move away from rev share and simply take this elite founders group and pay them a monthly bonus based on the following sales. And to me, this is where this gets pretty exciting. 10% of all future monthly builder package sales are going to be shared back with this elite group. The elite founders is a group of people that's not going to grow. If you're not in this program tonight with an associate value or advertising sales, you're not going to be part of the elite founder group. This is just for the people that are in this program that have built an associate value and have advertising sales and/or. Now, 10% of all future monthly builder package sales for life is pretty impressive in my opinion, and I'll break it down for you. Right now, currently, Steve and Lawrence have paid out over $3 million in sales commissions to the field. Currently, they're paying out about $15,000 a day in sales commissions. That's about $450,000 a month. Now, watch this. We put 100,000 associates in this business model, and we've got people telling us they can do that. Now that this is streamlined down, in the last 2 or 3 days, as we've started to have conversations with some of the leaders, even some of the leaders that are on the inside of our business model are telling us, man, I was sitting on the edge. I was really nervous about rev share. I was really afraid to go out and really blow this thing up because it just made me uncomfortable. I wasn't sure where this was going to go with regulators. They're now coming back and telling us they're ready to explode. And 100,000 associates in this business model for a $40 purchase of an advertising package as the entry into a beautiful matrix that could pay over $100,000 a month. People are going to flock to this program. 100,000 associates. The only reason I throw that out there is that puts you pretty darn close to this group of people earning what they're already earning within the current program. Of 100,000 associates in this business model at $40 a month generates $4 million in sales back to the owners. They take 10% of that $4 million, share it back with just the elite founders. Not the new people coming in, just the elite founders. That in itself is $400,000 a month. We're going to share in that based on your personal sales volume. Okay. Now, on top of that, 10% of all future distributor-based advertising sales for life. That's a whole other income stream to the company. They're going to share 10%, whether it's in your downline or somebody else's, doesn't matter. They're going to take 10% off the top and share it back with this elite group. And again, I can't emphasize this enough. The elite founders, that's you and me. That's the people that are on this call. That's the people that are in this program, not the ones that join tomorrow, next month, next year, just us. And it's a very small group of people. I'll cover that here in a second. Now, advertising sales, I'm not going to try and trick you here. I'll tell you right now that advertising sales are already off. I think one of the first questions was, hey, what's wrong with the rebate? Well, what's wrong with the rebate is we don't have any revenue. The sales have gone completely into the tank over the last 5, 6, 7 days. Ever since the end of Twice as Nice. When I say in the tank, I'm going to tell you, and I hope you guys can take this without me. I'm part of it too. In fact, they call me the vice president of sales. So $440 is what we sold in advertising yesterday. All I can tell you is that dismal advertising sales that have come in over the last, I guess it's 7, 8, 9 days now, have put us in a position where the reserves that we were holding to pay that rebate, what we would like to pay it, they're deplenished. Okay, so I'm not going to tell you that advertising sales are going to be huge because the new distributor, you're not going to have a big incentive for them to buy advertising. They're not going to build an associate value anymore. That part of our program is gone. That's what regulators don't like. So advertising, in my opinion, is going to tail off, maybe go to nothing initially. But when we blow this social network up, here's why it's going to bounce back. Is we're going to take the sales force, they're going to be in the matrix, but they're also going to have the ability to earn sales commissions, both in e-commerce through the IT app and by selling advertising, real advertising to people that really want it, not to a distributor base, but to people that are really looking to advertise. So as we blow up our social space, they're going to want to buy advertising. We'll have a part of our distributor base that will aggressively go out and sell advertising. Now, you look at the commission structure. This is without any qualifications. They qualify all 9 levels deep immediately. Every associate does to earn 10% of all advertising they sell, 5% on the second level, and where for most of us that would be done, it's now 5% on the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th level, and 10% back on the 8th and 9th level. That's huge. That is a huge incentive for people to go out and sell advertising. Again, I think the advertising sales will pop again when the social space explodes. But that's a huge income potential back to the company. And again, they're going to take 10% of those advertising sales, the distributor-based advertising sales, share 10% of that back with just the elite founders. Makes no difference whose downline they're in. It doesn't. 10% of those sales right off the top coming back to this elite founder group. Now, on top of that, 10% of all future e-commerce sales. Okay, right off the top. As our social space explodes and everybody falls in love with the IT app, they're using it. E-commerce sales are made. Affiliate commissions are earned by the company. The company takes 10% of those sales and share right back with this elite group, the elite founders. The one I'm most excited about, Lawrence says this isn't going to be the biggest. I think it's the biggest percentage. But I think what I like talking about this for is this is what I've been talking about for a whole year. When I saw this program back on January 4th of last year, this is what I saw. This is what I talked a lot about. We simply help the company build a social network. And as we do, the company is going to take corporate-sponsored advertising sales and share it back with us. Well, here's where we drew the line. Steve and Lawrence are going to take 25% of all future corporate-sponsored advertising sales and share 25% of those sales just with this elite group, the elite founders, because we were here in the beginning. Okay, rev share goes away, but these advertising sales are going to be shared back with this group. It's not going to be part of our presentation anymore. You're going to have a PSV. I'm going to have a PSV, and we're all going to share in 10% of monthly builder package sales, distributor-based advertising sales, e-commerce sales, and the corporate-sponsored advertising sales at 25%. You're in this position. It's a beautiful place to be. Now, I will tell you that 25% of the corporate-sponsored sales, another 25%, are also going to be shared back with all of the associates, new and the elite founders. Now, for us elite founders that have been in this program for a while, we've had the opportunity to develop our downlines, so we should have a distinct advantage in earning a larger portion of that 25%. So the company, Steve and Lawrence, they're sharing a total of 50% of all advertising sales that are coming in at the corporate level back with the distributor base. 25% to everybody, the elite founders and the new associates, but 25% back to just the elite founders. And I'm telling you that group of people, well, let me give you the numbers. About 1,800 people SWO on a daily basis, 1,800 associates SWO on a daily basis. When we ran the matrix commissions last month, or for the month of December that just hit here in January, 744 people earned a matrix commission, which to me says that about 1,100 associates have not sponsored anybody. That means 1,100 associates are in a position where they can't put any money in their pocket. They can't cash out anything because they haven't sponsored anybody yet. That's 1,100 people that are going to look at this program and go, you've got to be kidding me. I haven't sold any advertising. I'm going to be able to build my PSV, my personal sales volume, off of my associate value, and I am going to be put in a position to earn off of future sales for this company. It's a beautiful place to be. But I think what you're going to find is the elite founders are going to be a pool of people somewhere between that 744 and 1,800. I don't know where it's going to land, but I'll tell you, it's going to be a very small group of people that are going to share in that 10%, 10%, 10%, and 25% of future sales. Now, as we all fit into the new comp plan, and the new comp plan is very, very simple. It's a matrix, 10%, 5%, 5% all the way down, then 10%, 10% on your 8th and 9th level. That is the compensation plan. We're all going to fit in the matrix where we fit right now, so that doesn't change. All of your personally sponsored associates are all still yours, all on your front line, so none of that changes. And the qualifications to earn this elite founder sales bonus on a monthly basis is very, very simple. All you need to do is maintain 3 paying associates, 3 people that are paying their $30 a month. 3 associates that are paying their $30. Most of us have already accomplished that. It's 3 associates that are paying their $40 every single month. And SWO. Now, I'm going to let Lawrence talk about the SWOing requirements because they're changing up a little bit. It's actually going to be a quicker day for us. But meet the daily SWOing requirements, and then, of course, be current on your monthly advertising package as well. So it's you pay your $40 a month, find 3 other associates that are paying $40 a month, SWO every single day, whatever those current requirements are, SWO every single day, and you're going to get your piece or your PSV, your piece of those sales for life. and that's a huge deal. It takes this company and moves it away from a rev share program. What anybody will see on the surface is the fact that we've got a social network that has gone viral, a social network that people have the ability to come in and become an associate, and for $40 put in a position to make a lot of money inside of a matrix and a lot of money inside of e-commerce as they use the IT app. But that's where we're headed. We couldn't be more excited about it. I will tell you that these elite founders, again, a small group of people. Let me give you one more scenario, and I'll turn this back over to Lawrence. One of my good friends, explained this to me about a month ago, because I was excited about Nike knocking on the front door of Leaf and saying, hey, we've got $1 million. Your social space blew up, and we want to buy today $1 million worth of advertising. And Jeff said to me, you realize, Mike, that if we have, we're talking down the road now, so if we had 1 million associates in this program, that's about 50 cents a piece, because the company's going to share 50% of that revenue. And if there's 1 million associates, $1 million worth of advertising sales at the corporate level just didn't, it doesn't sound exciting anymore. But now you're going to take a much smaller number, not splitting 25% with 1 million associates. We're talking about splitting, 25% of $1 million advertising sales at the corporate level with this small group. Again, I firmly believe that that's going to land somewhere between that 744 to 1,800 people inside of this elite founder group. So I think we're positioned extremely well. As far as it comes to safety, as we roll forward with this comp plan, regulators are going to look at this comp plan and go, wow, okay, that's clean. You've got a $40 matrix. You're offering awesome value for that $40 with advertising and sales funnels and everything else. That's a solid business system. You're paying out commissions 9 levels deep on advertising sales, and those are real sales. Nobody's getting paid for what they bought. That's a cool system. They're going to leave us alone. We're not going to be one of those rev share programs. At the same time, we helped build this company. Steve and Lawrence have recognized that, and they're putting us into the limelight and say, here's a piece of our sales. We're gonna offer that up to you guys as a bonus on a monthly basis. So I couldn't be happier. I know Steve Hyman is on the line with us. I know he's been answering a lot of questions. Steve, if you want to chime in here, if you've got a few words, if you just want to say hi, I'd like to bring you online if I could. Steve?
Here I am. Absolutely. Well, thank you, Mike.
There is Steve Hyman.
Can you hear me? Hello?
I can.
All right. Well, that means everyone else can as well. Greetings, everyone. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be with you. I don't get an opportunity to speak to all of you that often. So, Mike, thanks for inviting me on. I'll echo what you've heard a little bit before, just in my own words. Over the course of the last year, we've seen various hints of this. I mean, if you look at the history of the industry and what's happened, there's certainly been some indications that this was the trend that was coming. And really, folks, when we looked at this transition, especially over the course of the last 5 or 6 days, most urgently, the two premises that I came into this with that were the most important factors in carving our path forward, if you will, was that A, we have a huge success on our hands, and B, no matter what, we're here to take care of the people who got us to this point, and that's you guys. Someone, another distributor, I hope he's on the line, Ed, I hope you're here tonight, the offer that we have on the table really honor those who brought us to the dance, and in my heart of hearts, I feel that so strongly. We would not be here without you guys. So, bottom line, we're going to take care of you. Just a couple other quick words, that this transition, I know that there's a lot of people out there with a lot of different little issues and problems with this and that of their accounts. Folks, this is going to drastically simplify a lot of things going on in your back office. So, as well as some of the improvements that are coming along from a design aesthetic, there's going to be some great improvements functionality-wise and our ability to monitor and take care of you from a customer support standpoint. And so we're going to make sure we take care of each and every one of you. If it takes us, a couple days, a week, 2 weeks to get caught up on any tickets or issues, don't worry about it. The bottom line is that your PSV is going to come out on the end, and that's what we're looking at the long run. Everyone's going to be in a great position. So, like Vaughn said, man, I'm just so honored to work with Mike and Lawrence and Vaughn and Mike and all of you is really a privilege, and together we're going to move forward into a huge success. So thank you for being with us tonight, and Mike, back to you.
Steven, I want to say thank you to you as well for having the fortitude to roll forward in this tumultuous environment with regulators, and standing tall and saying, no, we're not giving up. We're going to put this thing together. We're going to do it right. So thank you and Lawrence both. Before I bring Lawrence back on, I just breezed through the questions, and I will tell you the biggest question out there right now is Power Founders. So let me cover that right now. Power Founders. 4 different offerings to the Power Founder. One is 25% off your advertising package for the first year. That still stands. The second one was reduced qualifications. Well, we don't have qualifications anymore, so that's not part of the Power Founder group. Number 3 is 2% of net profit, and I will tell you absolutely that still stands, shared amongst all the Power Founders. Number 4 is bring 4 Power Founders to the table. You're a Power Founder, you get your associate value increased by another 1,000. That stands true as well. Now, that being said, we are taking a Power Founder program down on February 14th. It's another one of those components to our program that we don't want any scrutiny on. So we're going to bring it down before there's 1,000. I know we said we were going to wait and leave it open forever until it hit 1,000. We just don't feel comfortable with that anymore. So, but we knew we couldn't pull the rug out from underneath you guys, because I know a lot of people are like, just tell me when it gets close, because I am going to jump in on that. Well, we're going to keep it open until February 14th. You still have the ability to go out and bring 4 Power Founders in. And although your AV is going to convert into PSV tomorrow, you will still get an increase to your PSV if you do bring 4 Power Founders into the program. So that's what's going on with the Power Founder. Now, there were 2 other questions that were very similar. Let me cover those real quick. What if I haven't sold any advertising? What do I get for my original $1,000 that I purchased, and what that has grown into? That is your associate value. Whether you've sold any advertising or not, your PSV would then be your associate value. And I want to expand on that a little bit. You guys know how I am, but I got to drive this one home. Guy buys $10,000 in advertising 6 months ago. Okay, maybe during the first summer Sizzle Double Up program, gets all excited, invites a few people to webinars. A couple people tell him no, and he gets discouraged, and he stops inviting people to webinars. And now he has $10,000 in advertising sales or an associate value that has grown, and he can't sponsor anybody. Now he's starting to sweat just a little bit, going, am I ever going to get my initial purchase of advertising? Am I ever going to put that $10,000 back in my pocket? In the old format, if you don't sell any advertising, no, you weren't going to be able to. In this format, that 10,000 and whatever it has grown into, or that 1,000 or that 100, whatever you bought in advertising, it is going to roll into the PSV. That is part of your PSV. The purchase that you made plus what it grew to, that is your PSV, whether you sold advertising or not. If you did sell advertising, that's a huge bonus. You're going to have a bigger PSV. Your PSV, as a part of everybody's PSV, is what's going to determine the percentage of what you get paid off of this Elite Founder bonus on a monthly basis. So I just wanted to cover both of those. Now, Lawrence, I know you're out there. I've lost time. I don't know where we're at. Ooh, we're 41 minutes past the hour already. Lawrence, can you come back in and hit up? I know you've always got a couple of things that the floor is yours, Lawrence.
Okay, thanks, Mike. Yeah, absolutely. Well, there was a couple points, and I know Mike really, really, really likes to talk about the corporate advertising, and he kind of likes to skip over the e-commerce part a little bit, but I just want to re-emphasize on that 10% of e-commerce that's going to be going to you guys could potentially be, I think it's going to be much larger than everything else when this thing's fully built out. Also, imagine those 9 levels in the unilevel commission structure. That's also from e-commerce, and that could be massive, especially for those of you who invite the people that use this social network first. I mean, I can imagine seeing some people that have millions of people in 9 levels of depth, and just having a little bit of e-commerce happen within millions of people, I think greatly outweighs all the other means here. But we'll see. I think me and Mike have a steak dinner bet on which one's going to be bigger, so we'll see how that turns out. One other thing I want to say is I just want to thank the team, Mike Green, Mike Lucas, Lon Tarver, Steve Hyman, everybody else behind the scenes, the distributors, everything that you've been through with us along this ride, the journey that we've been on. It's been a long time coming, and I understand that. And, everybody wants to know, what is this social network going to be all about? What is it going to do? Why is it so special? So what I have prepared here tonight is, for the first time, January 23rd, 2014 at 7:43 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I'm going to show you the long-tail version of what this product is going to do. Mike, I believe you are equipped with the presentation.
I am indeed. Lawrence, before we go there, could you talk a little bit about the swallowing requirements? That's questions come up a couple of times as well. And I know we're talking about changing that as early as tomorrow, and how that correlates back to the actual ad placement. Thanks, but
sure, absolutely. So basically, the swallowing requirements is going to go from 20 a day to 10 per day. Now, as the social network rolls out, the swallowing requirements might change, and the requirements might move into the social network itself. But in the meantime, instead of doing 20 sites a day, it's going to be 10 sites per day. And instead of doing 3 advanced reviews, we're going to take down the advanced review system. We don't have time to advance that system. So it's going to be view 10 sites and place 1 ad. Now, I want everybody to understand we're going to be adding a Facebook and Twitter Connect feature. I believe the Facebook feature will come first. And so you could be swirling your site and simply hit grow and share it on Facebook, and your ad's been posted. So we're going to bring the flow also to public facing. So when people visit the flow, they don't have to log in to see it. The public will actually be able to view and surf the flow from the public facing side. The combination of adding the social connection with Facebook and Twitter and bringing the flow to the public side is going to add huge value to that product and also to the advertising within it. So that's pretty much the updates for the flow and what you're going to have to do daily, and the updates that we're bringing to the flow itself. Mike, are we ready to roll?
Yes, we are, Lawrence. Hold on. I'm just answering a few questions as you're rolling forward. You can probably hear me typing in the background. Hang on.
Yeah, no problem. And I want everybody to know that what I'm about to show you is not the product in design. I'm going to actually see the first designs of the product tomorrow. We have this design simply to show the vision of the product and show you what we plan on doing with the product as it scales out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through this PowerPoint presentation. I'm going to show you and give you different instances of how the product is going to work. And then I'll tell you what features to expect, and I'll give you timelines of estimates of rollout of the product itself. And just a few moments here, and Mike Green will have the PowerPoint up. All right. I think everybody sees it. I see it. All right. So, Mike, do you want to go ahead and just go ahead and roll to the next slide and get right into this? Now, what I'm about to show you is, like I said, the long-tail version of this product. You're going to be able to connect it with Facebook. You're going to be able to invite everybody from Facebook and also Twitter. At the entry, we'll also be adding Instagram, Pinterest, and a lot of photo-based plugins for that as well. In this instance, I'm going to use Melissa Jenkins. Melissa Jenkins is logging into her account. Go ahead and log in, Mike. I think I have a few seconds lag here, guys. So, Mike, if you want to let me know when it changes on your screen and when you see her news feed, I'll go ahead and begin.
You do have a little bit of a lag time because I'm on her news feed now. Actually,
okay.
I'm beyond her news feed. Let me open up this.
You don't want to go into. Don't go into Snap It yet. Just do her news feed. Sorry, guys, my internet where I'm at. Okay. I'm in the midst of traveling, so I'm on the road here, and I'm using an internet connection that's probably not the best. So just tell me when just the news feed is up, Mike, and I'll go ahead and get started.
Okay, I got the news feed with Melissa Jenkins at the barbecue, and her friend Cameron playing tennis down below.
All right, excellent. So what you're looking at is an example of what the news feed will look like. Just imagine that here we are. Melissa Jenkins took a picture. She used a feature called Snap It, which we'll get into in a second, and she posted a picture having a barbecue with friends. Now, this is something that's pretty common. People do it on other social networks, but something very, very special happens here, and it happens in multiple ways. This news feed can be infiltrated, or the things that you see in your news feed will be stuff that's posted within this social network and within other social networks. Now, what's very special about this, and if you want to go ahead, Mike, and go to the next one, is Snap It. Snap It
Yes.
is a feature. Snap It is a feature where somebody actually takes a picture from their local camera within this social network and posts, of course, that news, that status update. Now, something special that happens here in this case is you're probably looking at it and you're seeing these different options like grow, comment, share, buy. Now, like I said, conceptually, this is the long tail version, and I'll explain what we're coming out with in launch that's going to be like this. But essentially speaking, what makes Snap It very special is you can take a picture and watch the products in that picture actually turn to real life that can be purchased. So just like you are used to tagging a person on Facebook or on Foursquare or whatever social media you use, in this case, a tag is actually going to be able to happen on a product. So in this case, Melissa tagged her barbecue and a couple other items in the picture, and as soon as she did that, an engine in the back that we're connected to through our affiliates, whether they're Amazon and multiple other affiliates, are doing an automatic quick search, finding the guaranteed lowest price on the internet for that product and making it available through that tag itself. So now her content just became commerce. What Melissa did was she monetized her data. Now, let's say that somebody bought that barbecue, what happens? Well, what happens when somebody buys that barbecue is Melissa Jenkins is going to make a commission. And that commission is going to roll up 9 levels to the distributor base. Now, let's say that Melissa posted this picture, but she didn't tag this picture. And let's say my friend Brad went in here and tagged her barbecuer. Well, when that happens, and if somebody buys that barbecuer, then Melissa and Brad are going to split the commission on that barbecuer because even though Melissa posted it, Brad monetized it. So in that case, that's what would happen. What's really, 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 really neat about this, and this is, I think, the key element, it's one of the key elements in the patent that we filed last week for this product, is that when you're looking at your newsfeed, you're not just looking at posts from this social network. If you have it connected to Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, whatever social networks you have it connected to, you're going to see pictures from those social networks from your friends and family over there as well. Now, let's say you're looking at your friend Joe Smith's picture that was over on Facebook, and he's got his Audi car there, and he's doing something. And you tag his Audi. It's going to send Joe Smith an invite and say, Joe, Melissa tagged your Audi. If you would like to split a commission off the sale of an Audi, click here, join for free. Now, a lot of people get a lot of invites to social networks, and those invites usually correlate to something like so-and-so sent you a message on this network or so-and-so invited you to this network. But a message, if you can imagine receiving a message that's about something in one of your pictures that asks you if you'd like to split a commission, that's going to generate a little bit of curiosity. And it's that curiosity, that desire to check out what's going on here, that's the difference between a product going viral and not going viral. And so when you, of course, receive that message, you're going to say, absolutely. I love to split a commission on the sale of an Audi. What is this all about? So when you join, Melissa just put you on her front level, and now you're a free user, and you can make anything that sells off any of your poster tags on one level. When you upgrade to $40 per month, you just now opened up 9 levels of commissions in a 3x9 force matrix. So that is something that's very special about the way that tagging is going to happen and the way that people take pictures. Now, Mike, if you could go ahead and roll to the next slide, I'd like to talk about the next feature within this product.
Okay, I'm on
And
Snap
just let
It.
me know when.
I'm on Snap It.
Yeah,
We're
just let me
going
know when you
to
get there.
retake picture. You already talked about that, right?
Yeah, that's you can go to the next bullet point.
Okay, grow it.
Okay, so everybody's familiar with like and share and all those things, and basically what Grow It does is Grow It combines like, share, follow, wish list. It's everything in one button. When you hit grow, you are helping grow that post and those products. That means you like it because you're helping grow it. With Coca-Cola, rather, that you like them or grow them. With Mercedes, like you to like them or grow them. And grow is a very, very, very powerful term. So when you hit grow, it's not just going to grow it on this social network and like kind of like when you like something on Facebook. But if you're connected to Pinterest or you're connected to Facebook, it's also going to grow this post over there. And if somebody clicks on that post over there on one of those other social networks and comes over here and joins, you just sign them up as well. And what I'm explaining to you is a viral, natural way to recruit people and bring people into the business and into the product without having to call them on the phone or send them an email or try to sell them on something. It's happening in a natural way. So the grow feature is very, 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 very powerful. And I'd like you, Mike, to go ahead and roll into the next one, which should be buy and wish list.
There you go. Buy it or wish it.
All right.
Buy it or wish it. We're up.
All right. So this next feature, buy it or wish it, is basically where the person is able to see the products that are tagged in that picture, and then of course save one or grow one or buy one. Sorry. And now in the interim, buy it, wish it is not going to be that option like that. It's not going to quite look like that. The grow button will actually attach it to your tree, which I'll explain in a little bit. But the actual buy option will come off of the tag. So if you can imagine on the left-hand side of a photo, touching it with your finger and dragging it to the right, that'll actually bring the tags out of the photo. And when you click on one of those tags, it'll actually open up a little shopping area within the app itself where you can browse that item and similar items to see prices and actually purchase right from there or grow one to save it for later. So that is where social networking becomes commerce. Now, I'm just going to go into this real quick, Mike, and then we'll get back to this. In social networking, we've seen trends. We've seen what companies like MySpace did and made it popular and glamorous, and it was all about limelighting your life. And that's what social networking is. That's why people use it. It's because they're popular in their own life. They get to share whatever's on their mind. Everybody gets to see it, interact with it. It's like a world within another world that's in the internet somewhere. It's like real life, but it's all digital. And well, what I've noticed since we went to Facebook and other social networks and all these other ones popping out is you have these social networks themselves actually monetizing your content and data. But you're not getting anything out of that. Nobody's getting anything out of it. Facebook and these other companies are making hundreds of millions of dollars off of your photos, off of your content, off of your data, and they're not sharing any of that money back with you. Well, here's the big difference. We're going to show you and teach you intuitively as this product rolls out how to monetize your own data. And when something sells from it, you make money from it. How to monetize your own content, so on and so forth. So this really becomes the people's app. Because once you download this app, it's like you own it. You're part of it. Because everything you do with it is incentivized. Now, when you post something on this social network, it will, if you have it connected to Facebook and Twitter and all the other social networks you use, it will automatically post on those too. So you only need to post in one place. But when you post here, you're able to monetize it. So when it shares on the other social networks and somebody clicks on it, it obviously brings them over here to join for free. And of course they're going to because they've never seen anything like it. The master incentive in this world, and I hate to say it, but the master incentive that everybody's looking for is, well, how can I make money doing something? Well, just imagine using a social network and making money to do it. And that's what we're showing you right here, right now. And like I said, this is the long-tail version of the product. And as we roll out, I'm going to see some designs tomorrow and next week. And as the new designs roll out, the new branding rolls out, we're going to start sharing that with you as well. Now, Mike, if you want to go ahead and go into the next bullet point there, I believe it is comment.
Yes, gotcha.
All right, thank you. And so now comment's pretty self-explanatory. When you want to interact with a post, you just hit comment, you say what you have to say, and the comments happen, pretty self-explanatory. You can ask them a question about a product or just say, hey, why didn't you invite me to the barbecue, so on and so forth. So, comments pretty self-explanatory. And Mike, if you want to go ahead and click the next one, those 3 bars on the top, just imagine touching that. It slides over, and it's going to bring you over a whole menu of items, pretty much, where you receive your notifications, messages when we bring that feature on, connections and friend requests, so on and so forth. Mike, just let me know that you're there because I don't see that screen yet.
We are there, yes. I've got the notifications menu up, yes.
Okay, excellent. There's something very special here, and it's going to be a long-term version of our product. And when I say that, I mean when we come out with our initial product, we come out with called, version 1.0. And version 1.0, of course, in 2 weeks, there'll be version 1.1. Version 1.1 will add something like comments or messages or add friends. And then version 1.2, version 1.3, and so on and so forth. Well, as we add updates every 2 to 4 weeks, eventually search is going to find its way into this. Now, this is where it gets really exciting. Those of you who have heard me present this social network that we were going to build way back in the day, it was about bringing everything together in one place. How can you bring search and advertising and social and bring it all into one thing? Here's what's special about search. Imagine doing a search for a friend. Of course, you can find them, see their posts, but imagine doing a search and just I don't want you to imagine you're a female for the guys out there, but for the females out there, imagine searching for a purse. Or if you're a guy, imagine searching for a fishing pole or a pair of shoes or something. When you search for a purse, your news feed is going to bring up a bunch of posts that where women that are your friends or your family or, ones that are sharing publicly in your area. You're going to see women with purses, whether they took a picture of their purse, whether the purse is on them while they're walking. And what's really neat about that is it's all natural. It's not Photoshop. It's not a white background. These are people with their purses on. And these are all the women with their purses. So what's special about that is like real life shopping. Imagine going shopping in real life. You're real life shopping off of your friend's content. And you know that when you buy whatever item you buy in that content, number one, you're getting the guaranteed lowest price. And number two, you're helping Sally or whoever it is make a commission. She's going to like you more. And I mean, I don't know any other way to put it. And what I think about, and I like to fish. I'm kind of a country guy, and I grew up in the country, and I like to go fishing. And I imagine, well, if I search for fishing pole here, what would I see? I'm going to see all my friends' posts or pictures of them fishing in different areas. But I'm getting so much more than just a picture of a fishing pole. I'm seeing a fishing pole in use when somebody has a fish on. I'm finding out where people are fishing and what the fishing is like in that area. I'm actually getting news, stories around it. I'm not just seeing fishing poles. I'm able to comment and ask, well, what do you think of that pole? Well, what do you think of that one? I'm able to communicate with them about it, and there's no other way to do it. I mean, word of mouth and reviews is bringing it all into one place, simplified. And this is going to become a very, very powerful feature. Now, all in all, this entire product that I'm showing you right now is the long-tail vision for the product. And what I want to go over real quick is just the entry level of what we're going to be rolling out with in beta here late March and as we move into April. And we're going to be coming out with all these features except the wish list feature is not going to be there. Grow It is actually going to be where you save the item. And the search feature and the connections feature right there, the friend connections won't quite be there like that. It will begin as followers and the private messaging. Everything else that I'm showing you here will be there. I also want to add what your profile will be like. Your profile will essentially be your tree. So your tree is where everybody sees basically your activity, what you've posted, stuff about you, your picture, your avatar picture, what you've grown, what you've bought, what you've commented on. Basically, everything that you're doing within this network is what people see when they're on your tree. And obviously, as your tree grows and becomes more popular, more people will start to, gravitate towards your tree. And what's really special about this is that a person can become the marketer of the product in their life naturally. Now, there's a ton of affiliates out there that would look at this, and this is a heaven. They would, when they see this, they're going to flock to this. And just imagine what it would take for you to go set up an Amazon account. Some of you out there probably have Amazon accounts or eBay accounts or all these affiliates. Going to set up all those affiliate accounts and figuring out how to drive traffic and how to push the product, and you're having to do it in a more direct way that's not natural and social. Well, what we're doing here is we're setting up all those affiliate accounts. We're setting up the point of sale system. We have the genealogy set up. We have the marketing set up. All you got to do is be social, monetize the things that are naturally in your life that you like to use and do and see and be at, and it becomes commerciable. So really, like I said earlier, this is the people's app. Everybody that has this, it's like their own business. It's like they own a piece of it. And so, it couldn't be a better product than it is. The people that we've talked to about it, from the patent attorneys that are patenting this, they said that this is the most exciting, patent that they've ever been able to work on. And they do patents for Apple and various other technology companies. Our merchant, our new merchant account, they didn't even know us. We just sent them the video I'm explaining right now, and they said, yeah, we'll give you a merchant account. I mean, it happened in 10 minutes. And if I'd have known, instead of applying for a merchant account, all I had to do was send a 10-minute video over, and I could get a merchant account. I would have done that a month and a month ago, or as soon as we had this presentation again. So anyways, I just want to re-elaborate, say this is the people's app, and it's for the people. It's to help everybody. Free users benefit from it without having any out-of-pocket costs, and distributors really benefit from it. And it's all going to grow naturally and virally without you having to try to sell anything. And with that, Mike, I'm going to conclude the presentation. I'm excited. I don't know if you can hear how excited I am right now. Every time I talk about this, I get more and more excited. And now I just want to say one more thing. If you wonder, well, Leafit is the name. Why is the name Leafit? The tag, when you create a tag, you're creating a leaf. And when you create that leaf, you can create that leaf on a post you did or on a post somebody else did. and it can be on this social network or be streaming in from another social network. And that's what LeafIt is tagging the content in your life. And Mike, I'm going to send it back to you before I get any more excited.
All right, Lawrence, take a deep breath. I'm going to hit a couple of Q&As that have come up and a strong suggestion, recommendation. And I think this question came up just recently and it's come up tonight as well. If you're in a position right now, you haven't sold any advertising, and for whatever reason you've stored up money in your rebate balance, in hopes that yes, you are going to go sell some advertising. As soon as you do, you'll have a rebate balance there, and you'll be able to tag that and ship yourself some money. I will tell you that you need to tonight go apply that to your. You need to go use that purchase advertising and apply it to your AV. Because that AV is then going to be converted into your PSV. If you haven't sold any advertising, you're not in a position to be able to withdraw. So that money sitting in your ad rebate balance is going to do you absolutely no good. What is going to do you good is to have a larger PSV when this bonus starts rolling out. So my recommendation, and now whatever you've got, the other question was, well, what about sales commissions? Well, if you want to cash those out, absolutely. All of those cash outs that are being cycled through iPayout, of course, are going to be honored. Steve and Lawrence are paying everybody. It's through iPayout. We all know that's running a little bit slow, a little bit behind. We've given the reasons for that over the last month and a half. That still stands. It's still a challenge, but everyone's going to get paid. If you have sales commissions, you have two options tonight. If you have something sitting in your advertising sales, either cash it out if you want, or build your AV. Come tonight at midnight, that AV is going to convert into PSV. And especially for those of you that have not put yourself in a position, or you are in a position where you can't cash out anymore because you've already cashed out everything you've sold. And I think for those that I'm talking to, you'll know what I'm talking about. But if you've got money sitting in your ad rebate or in your sales commissions and it's stuck there because you've cashed out more than you sold, my recommendation, it's not doing you any good there. You're still not going to be able to cash it out even after the change at midnight. Go build your AV. Go build your AV. That rolls into a larger PSV, and that PSV is going to stay with you for life. What else do we need to cover? Lawrence, I want to say there was a couple of questions. What's that, Lawrence?
Mike, I just like to ask a quick question and get some feedback from everybody out there that just saw this presentation. I just want to know from everybody, was this everything you guys were expecting and more? And just feel free to chat that in. I'd just like to kind of feel it out. I'm very, very happy with this, and I just kind of want to feel it out. So other than that, we can roll into some questions. I'd just like you guys to give us some feedback, if you would, on the product. Go ahead, Mike.
Okay. I think that's the biggest one so far. I'll read some of these questions as they come through. I'm getting responses. Yes, looks incredible. Thanks, Eugene. Very excited here in Florida. Thanks, Henry. Yes, love it. Thanks, Ernie. Donnie, now you guys are going too fast. This is very exciting. It's a lot more lucrative. Thank you. Sarosh, Donnie Collins. Nikki says, I love it. I love Lawrence. Are you married? No, I'm kidding. Nikki didn't really say that. She just said, I love it. Lawrence, nice simplification.
Hey,
yes,
Mike.
Mike.
Two big
Mike.
questions is the AV, the cutoff for the AV. And some people are thinking that they have to have the 3 by a certain time limit. So if you can handle the time limit for the 3, and also the people who just bought the Builder's Package, there's a lot of people who just bought the Builder's Package, but they got $40 AV. So will they be qualified for the Elite Founders?
Yes. That AV, let's start with that part. That AV converts to PSV. Anything you've got in AV converts to PSV. Here's the maintenance that you guys will need to do it, and we'll let this roll over a little bit because we don't want to leave anybody hanging on this. That's why I say we'll talk about this at a higher level. But go make sure that if you don't have the ability to withdraw, there's absolutely no reason to have money sitting in your rebate balance or in your sales commissions balance or in your matrix balance if you can't withdraw. Actually, I take that back. Your matrix commissions, you can't. Of course, you can withdraw that. But anything you have sitting there, you want to build your PSV. You want that PSV to be as high as you can. That's the number that's going to stay with you for life. So if you can't cash out, go do that. If it's sitting in your rebate balance, I heard someone today say they had $1,600 sitting in their rebate balance because they were getting, as soon as they sponsored somebody, they're going to hit the cash out button. Well, now you're not going to be able to do that. So go take that, build your associate value. That's what's going to turn into your PSV. The timing on getting 3 people, there's no, you're not going to get kicked out of this program. You're an elite founder forever. The qualifications are very, very simple. Pay your $40 a month. If you want your bonus this month, pay your $40 this month. Make sure you've got 3 associates, 3 that are paying $40 a month. Make sure you SWOT this month. As Lawrence said earlier, if you miss a day or 2 or 5, then, if you miss 7 days, well, you're only going to get 23/30ths.
And Mike, I would stress the 3. I'd tell everyone to get 4 because if someone stops paying one time, you don't want to miss out. So get 4.
Well, Mike, I've always had a hard time managing to the minimums. That's always driven me nuts. And go find 20. Go find 200.
Right, exactly.
We roll out media buys and show you guys how easy it is to get in-app installs. Let the company, advertising campaign and push campaigns, push those people into becoming associates for you. There's going to be all kinds of ways to build the number of associates you have here. Stop looking at the minimums and realize, maximize this out. We're selling a $40 program that puts people in a position to earn $100,000 a month. What if you missed that mark? What if it turned out to be only $100,000 a year? Oh, darn. What if it ended up only being, $10,000 a year? Oh, darn. For $40 a month, are you kidding me? Go get as many people into this program as you can. Don't, try not to be one of those that manages the minimums. Push over to the top. Realize that we're not trying to talk you into going out and selling advertising at $5,000 and $10,000 a pop. Go out and get people to understand that they can make a lot of money in this program for a $40 a month associate advertising package payment. So to answer the bottom line question, you do not have a cutoff date. If you want to get paid in the month of February, this bonus, by the end of February, by February 24th actually is the cutoff date. By February 24th, you'll want to make sure that you're current on your $40 builder package or advertising package. You'll want to make sure that you SWOT as many days as possible because you're going to get a bigger piece of it for doing that. And you're going to want to make sure that you have 3 people, 3 associates inside of this program, 3 people paying $40 a month. Did that answer that, Mike?
I think it did.